with
That's like a 3D movie. That just got me.
That's for the ladies. No, just kidding.
Payback. Alright, welcome to Chats.
Yes, welcome to Chats, episode 2. This is my second guest, Chris Brown.
Hello.
Tell me what's been going on in your fucking world, dude. I haven't talked to you. I haven't been hanging out with you and living with you in Vancouver in a while.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like the older you get, the more you realize how boring your life has become because 4 years can pass and they're like, what's new? And you're like, not much.
Tell me about being married, dude.
This is not the most exciting topic. I mean, what I'll say is this, okay? Like, I met a very lovely lady. She's the love of my life. And the way that I knew that she was the one is that it's so easy. In the sense that just being around her and just living with someone and having someone who like laughs at your jokes and you guys can be stupid and be cute around each other without feeling bad and you always feel that comfort. It's just been so easy living with her that we're like, let's get married, let's make this a thing. And what I've found is that once you're already living with someone and you already have that connection, marriage isn't even that big of a deal. To me, the biggest jump is moving from a situation like this where you're, living by yourself, or at least, you're not with someone, and then you're moving in with them. To me, that's the big jump.
Okay.
That's the big jump. And then once you guys are already living like that and you're happy together, all the ring really means is that it's permanent and it's going to be a hell of a lot more difficult to get away.
What advice can you give to like find the one? Or did you just luck out?
I lucked out. Well, I got to answer your question with another question. Are you looking for the one? Because that's the first thing you got to realize is, are you looking for someone? Do you want to get married?
I am.
Okay.
I'm not actively like looking under rocks and like going to the club or going to the library looking for the one, but I'm always open to meeting the one, and I'm on Tinder. I'm making my own little effort, but I just feel like if I could be honest with you, I'm such a piece of shit. Like, why would anyone want to date? No,
everyone thinks that though, Brittany. That's the thing. If someone says, "What's your advice to me?"
Right.
If you're not looking to get married, you're not looking to actually have a partnership. You don't need
yes.
to.
Marriage, no.
Because that's like an idea where people say like everyone needs to find someone and settle down. Not everyone has to do that. But if you are maybe not looking for it, but are open to it, what I would say is sometimes you do have to throw yourself out there for the one to show up randomly. Because I was always under the impression that when the one comes, it's just going to happen. Like, like the lights are going to go off and the doves are going to fly and everything's going to slow down. And she's going to be there. And it's just going to be like, and she'll be like walking through. And that kind of didn't happen, but that kind of happened. But the bottom line is this: at a certain point, you got to throw yourself out there. Because if you don't put yourself out there, if you're sitting at home or if you're too shy to go out and ask someone out, you're never going to allow that opportunity to occur. So when I met my wife, literally, I was about 1 month away from starting online dating. Because all of my friends have been doing it, and they're like, dude, you got to get on it. Get yourself out there. And I was like completely against it for some weird reason. And I said to myself, you know what, I'm just going to do it if I don't meet anyone in the next month. And then literally when I met my wife, I thought she was cute. We were hanging out with a group of like 8 people, and we bumped into her randomly at a restaurant. She was like a friend of a friend. Not even a friend, someone we recognized. We were all just like talking randomly. And we were in a group of 8 of us outside of the restaurant, and about 6 of them were about to leave. And I realized that I would never see her again. Like, that's it. I'm just like, oh, we hit it off. I'm never going to see her again. Like, this is the goodbye, and there's no way I'm going to bump into her again. So I had 2 options. Or, no, 3 options. Option 1 was I do nothing. All right, have a good night, and that's it. Nothing ever happens. Option 2 is I say, okay, I want to ask her out. How do I do this in front of everybody? Should I say, hey, can I talk to you privately for a moment? No, it's super awkward. Or option 3 is ask her out in front of everyone. Because that's the thing. When people are like, all right, nice to see you, like, people are just like, they're starting to break up and you're outside. Right. I literally just stopped it, and I was just like, all right, I got to get your number. And I said that in front of everybody. And she said yes. And then we went on a few dates. First date went amazingly, and then like 2 years later, we're married.
Wow.
Here, change the topic. Okay. Social media. I see people on social media, and I'm just like, I I don't get it. To me, it's like every new social media I see is like a version of Facebook, but it's more limited. It's like Instagram. What is it? It's like, oh, it's like Facebook, but
pictures.
It's only pictures.
Right.
Like Snapchat. It's like texting Facebook, but it's not permanent.
Right.
Twitter. It's just words.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you like? Do you enjoy social media? Like, I don't know. Like,
it depends on what we're talking about. When it comes to Snapchat, like we kind of touched on earlier off camera, people think I love it because I go out and I document if I go and have a night out. But I'm literally, like, people think I'm doing it for them, and I'm like, I love Snapchat. I literally hate Snapchat because it's an attention seeker's way of being funny or interesting, and it's, like, so cringe. Like, half the things people send to me, I'm like, I'm bored, I hate you. And then half the things I put out, I'm like, ugh, I'm so cringe. But the reason I do it is, A, to remember my nights out. B, because everyone in my little network at work is kind of doing it, so I've conformed in that way. And C, because I just don't, I don't give a fuck. Do you remember that snap I made earlier of us? Like, hey, we're doing this. Because people actually, for some dumb... Yeah,
a little. Because it's just not me. You know,
I used to feel like, but people care. Like, and people who follow me, like the 120 who watch my stupid story, are like, woo! You know, and then there's like another 250 on fucking Insta who care, and that's why I do it, is because people, and if I'm gonna be like a creator, it's kind of part of the game.
It is.
As much as I fucking hate it, and it's stupid, and it's like a cringe, like there's all these unfunny people who think they're funny on it, which hurts the most, because I'm like, ooh, but, and I feel like I'm one of them, I'm like, this is funny, right? Is this funny, Chris? I fucking hate that neediness of it, but I do it because it kind of just, it's an easy part of my, it's not too hard to do for the most part besides the cringe moments. I know what you mean by that uncomfortableness though, where you're like, can't we just hang? It's like, yeah, we can hang.
No, because
followers.
That happens though, because like
you need to see a bit of it.
It's starting to infiltrate, and I think the thing is this: like every now and then, there's a couple of years that pass, and then there'll be a generational boundary. Like someone who's 26 versus 32, like me, that's like a 6-year gap. That's actually not that big of a gap, but sometimes it's a critical gap. And for example, I went running with one of my friends a while ago because we were training for like a 10K. And I remember when we were just about to get ready, I was like putting on my shoes and I was talking to him. I'm like, all right, buddy, let's get ready to go. And I look up and he's like filming me. And I was just like, are you filming? He's like, click. And he's like, no, we're on Snapchat. And I'm just like...
I mean, like, you're not even looking. Yeah,
like
I live.
But it happens too. Like same thing. I'll be driving and my friend will be like Snapchatting when we're like singing along to a song, and then I'll look over and I'm just like, "Don't you dare fucking like tweet!" And I'm like,
See, I'm not a fan while people are not paying attention, but usually I'm just very open. Like, hey, here we are, haha. Like, you know, just because I want, like, it's just a way to capture the moment so I can look back and go, haha, later. And like, I kind of do get like. But some of these kids, like, I don't have any best friends typically on Snap. Some of these kids are in, like, 2,000 or 256 streaks. Where you know how your girlfriend just send pictures the old school way, SMS, MMS?
Yeah.
They are doing that on Snap, and they have streaks, and there's fire, and there's, like, emojis, and you get rewarded. Your little, you know, system, your circuitry goes.
The dopamine is hitting
right. So that's what they get off on. I personally don't. I don't snap anyone individually. Like typically, like today, I made that Ibiza joke. Took a pill in Ibiza with that song you've never heard of.
With the can opener?
Yes. It's like Mike Posner, but the truth is I can't open up. And so it's like the truth is a can opener. And I was like, haha, that's funny, right? Like I don't give a fuck usually, but this one guy sent me this. I got hose. And then he had holes in his socks.
That's kind of funny.
I've got holes. I've got hose. And I was like, haha. So then I did the can opener because I was like, I don't know what the fuck to send back.
I think it's funny.
I don't send people things individually. Like, see, you would like Snapchat, but none of your old ass friends use it. You know what I mean? No one uses it.
My old ass friends.
No, I'm old too. I'm
my old ass magic life.
Once you hit the 3-0, you're old, dude. Everyone else is 20. They're Snapchatting.
No, I disagree. I disagree. I want to say
we're old in social
media.
No,
you're right. No, you're
not actually old.
I agree and I disagree at the same time. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
We're not young.
Is
how I would say it. Like
I think we're young.
I think in relation to young people, we're old, but we're not young per se. I'm not a young man anymore. I'm young in relation to older people, but in the general scheme of things, I'm not a young person.
Social media-wise, we're old, but I'm just kidding when I say it. I don't actually believe I'm old. I don't feel old. I feel like we're young when it comes to in any platform or any way, but except for social media, because I joke and I'm like, because I'm old because I don't really like Snapchat. I do it to conform because I want something to look back on. It's good memories. I like to archive things from Snapchat. You can save it and then put it onto your Insta.
Yeah.
So I have all this shit of my family, like karaoke, like just funny, dumb nights out, girls. Like, I want to remember this shit when I'm 80. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for like partial legacy reasons. It's not about, I don't give a fuck about Snapchat. I don't fucking actually like it as an app.
Is this going on Snapchat afterwards? I don't know how Snapchat works. I'm old, but it's just like,
you know, we touched
everyone on Snapchat's just like, oh, okay, I see how this is.
Yeah, they're gonna think we're fucking. Look. If you like Snapchat, that's totally cool. Like,
yes.
I probably like things. Let's talk about things that we like that other people wouldn't. Magic, maybe magic cards. Yeah. Nerdy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. This is so nerdy. You get out of me. Okay.
Make it interesting. No,
here is something that kind of happened recently. I discovered Magic the Gathering. Okay, I'm gonna keep this short because people are gonna think this is so lame. But you know that card game that everyone like nerds play? It's like the stereotypical nerd thing to do next to D&D. My friend actually made me play it with him because he had them, and I learned something. It's like the reason why people play it is because it's fun. And this shit was hilarious. He was like, come over, and he was smoking weed, and he hit me in the joints. We were like really stoned and shit. And he's like, we're gonna play Magic. And he goes over, and he goes to the TV, and he puts on some like Lord of the Rings, like, dun, 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 and he's like setting the scene, and he's like, this is my deck. It was a world champion deck from the 90s, and he's blowing out of his vape, and I'm holding it, and it's just like, and smoke is gushing as I'm opening this thing. And I started playing it, and I'm like, this shit is fun. But the tricky thing about it is, like, he is single, so I still can make fun of him. Because I'm not single anymore, I'm taken. So I'm like, I can indulge in nerdy shit, but I feel like he can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's stupid.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I mean, if you're single and, you know, indulging in all this nerdy game stuff, cool. But make sure you have something else going on so you don't end up alone. Well, yeah. It doesn't mean, if some people are just happy forever, like, alone. Literally, one of my friends, she's like, forever alone. Like, and she said to me,
that's cool. Yeah.
She once said to me, she's like, yeah, I have to go down to the bank, I have to do this thing. And she's like, yeah, it's basically a loan that you get forever. I'm like, you mean like forever alone? And she's like,
she rearranged the letters. It's like, no, it's not. And then she rearranged it. And she's like, oh god.
Right? She's like, oh god, forever. I was like, it's like a forever alone, like a forever.
It's a loan.
Always says it's forever alone.
It's a loan forever. It's like an episode of It's Always Sunny where the person's like, did you just join a pyramid scheme? And it's like, no, it's an upside down triangle scheme. And the person flips it around and he's like, son of a bitch.
Wait. That happened in The Office as well. So you mean it happened in both?
Oh yeah. Have you ever been in one of those?
Huh?
Like a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Sorry.
Look, I'm right here. No, listen. Look, we got the cozy fire. You don't need to fucking. Yes.
I'm angry about it because
I think we all are. Yeah.
Oh, you too. You tell me about yours.
You first.
No, you first.
No,
lady first.
Sure, no. Okay.
Everyone thinks I'm a man.
All right. Okay. Can I drop company names then?
No. Fuck no.
Okay.
Just say what they do. Fuck it.
They sell. Actually, this will narrow it down immediately.
I don't give a fuck.
They sell knives. They sell knives. You just dropped the name.
Yeah.
Edit that out right away. Okay.
Jamie, get on that. Jamie.
Yeah. No, the great thing, like, what's crazy about it is, like, they bring you in and it's just like a cult. Like, they take you in and there's like this one guy who like stands up and he's like bald and he's got a suit and he's got like the giant ass watch, so you can tell he's rich. And he's like, you can be just like me. You can be making this money. It's like, you know what he said? He's like, it's gonna be hard at first. It's like, you need to purchase the knives. They're only $1,100. Okay, so small investment. If you're investing in your future, he's like, I get more pussy than fucking Leo. It's like, I drive a Bentley. And he's like, you know what happens? It's like, you start off low in the pyramid. You start off low. Okay, here.
Right.
I'm doing the private. You start off low. It's like, you get a couple of sales, you get like 40% of the sales. We get the rest. But once you sell a few more, you go up to here. And then once these guys sell more, you get to here. The FSM level. Do you know what FSM stands for, Brittany?
Fat money stack.
Freaking serious money.
Oh,
The guy said that to me.
He did not say that.
No, he made an abbreviation. It was either freaking serious cash or freaking serious money.
I got sucked into World Financial Group. Have you heard of that?
I have not.
Financial planners. And this guy I went to a place where there was a lot of East Indian, really nice people. I ate some amazing butter chicken. I sat at the seminar and watched this fucking white guy get up. And he's like, yeah, when I started, I was about 300K, blah, blah, blah. My family was like, oh, honey, we tried it in the 70s. It's bullshit. He was really charismatic, really funny. And everyone's like, yeah, those idiots say you believe in you. He showed us pictures of his home. He definitely makes money at it.
Well, some people do. Like, let's be real.
You can talk to people. If you can, you need life insurance. But half the people I know, my network, my Snapchat network, are 22-year-olds. Do they give a fuck about their life insurance? You want to put $250 a month, Chris, when you're 22? Yeah. No, I need it for booze, right?
No. Here's the thing. This is why I was a good target for this one. Like, that's the thing, because I have rich parents, so they have a lot of rich friends.
Right.
That's why I was perfect for this thing. Because I sold a lot because they took pity on me, and they had the money for actually what I consider very good knives. I still use some of them. They're really good. Sorry.
They're great knives in their defense.
No, look, here's
but it's
one
not
thing
for everyone. The pyramid scheme.
Here's one thing I want to know though is when they approached you, they weren't just coming out the gate telling you about it. Were they kind of like, "Hey, Britt, how you doing? How you doing, Britt?" It was pretty good. It was cool, yeah, good, yeah. Hey, I got something for you.
That message
and
you haven't talked to someone. Hey, Chris, I haven't talked to you in a while.
And they're like, yeah, tell me more. Tell me more. They probably have a notebook being it's like say yes and nod when you ask them how their life is going and wait, and then you set the trap.
And that's how the training was with WFG. And she's like, call your neighbor. And I was like, okay. She's like, hang up the phone as soon as they say they're down to meet up. I was like, okay. They live 2 doors down from me. It's the most embarrassing scene in my life, Chris. Hey, Chris, let's do it. Let's do a role play. Just be the neighbor who answers their phone and be like, okay, bring me open, okay? Good. Ready? Bring.
Hello?
Hey, Chris. Hey, I know it's been a little bit, my neighbor of 28 years, but how you doing?
Who's this?
It's Britt. I grew up with your son.
Oh, Britt G, you're the fallacious lesbian. How are you?
I'm great. I'm never be better. I have this thing I need to discuss with you. Are you down to meet up right now?
Well, I got... yes, I said...
Okay, well,
I didn't even know what to say. I was getting nervous there. I was just I don't know.
Say yes.
No, Brittany, you put me in a spot. You put me right then. I was just like, yes. Oh God. It's like I don't want to, but Brittany is that nice.
Exactly. That I trust in Brittany's hot market. So you say, I guess, yeah, but what's it about? Ask me what's it about.
What's it about?
No, in the phone call.
What's it about?
I'll explain when I get there. They literally train you to fucking, I'll explain when I get there, and hang up and then go to the fucking house. Yeah. So I show up to my friend's house. They're established. He used to be a firefighter, the dad. The mom is drives a bus for fun. They're my childhood BFF friends, my rich, Chris Brown friends of the block, right?
Yeah.
And he used to drive planes and shit, right? Anyway, so fly planes. So I meet up with them, my trainer does all the talking. She's like, yeah, so what we do is, and then she's like, oh, excellent. So the ending awkward moment, my trainer says, yeah, we'll get in touch with you soon. And then the mom says, no, it's okay. Brittany can get in touch with us soon. You do not need to get in touch. This mother has been around the block, so she's like, no. You need to get in touch with us soon. But Brittany, you know how you feel like you're being, socially, told what to do? That's how I was cringing. I was like, I'm so embarrassed because she's so not feeling this trainer of mine who's aggressively you're gonna meet us soon, right? And then she's like, Brittany can get in touch with us soon, but you just stay the fuck away.
That voice,
salesman. That's alpha female.
Yeah, no, that's the thing with the alpha female. They're very cutesy about it, but they're like, no, you. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude, it's I can't even look back on it. I was so embarrassed.
That's a Karen in training. That's a Karen in training.
Stop right now.
You know what a Karen is, right?
Stop.
Hey,
stop.
No.
The name you just said.
Karen.
Guess whose name was Karen?
This woman.
Which one?
The one who was like, no. Yeah! Are you kidding? Oh God, that's the Karen. That is the Karen of Karens.
Her name. I'm sorry, But now we can't post. Okay, whatever. We'll bleep it or something. I don't know. We don't have to say last name.
Yeah, we'll
but
figure
you
it out.
got the name, honey.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry for the record, Karen. Oh God.
Look, there are many Karens out there.
She's never gonna watch this. She'll never make it this far. We should move along.
Creative editing. You'll find a way around this. Wait, what are you doing? Where are you going, Britt?
Well, guess what? The first one that approached me. You've never heard of it.
Primerica.
Nope.
We're dropping names. I'm sorry.
That sounds like such a pyramid scheme.
Oh, it is. This is Primerica. Go get your money. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's called Monavie.
I've never heard of it.
It was when. Do you guys remember when the acai berry came out? It was like
acai.
Yeah, right.
It's not acai. It's acai.
Right. ACAI. So they're like, yeah, we put them in these wine bottles or whatever. And you buy a 4-pack and whatever. You get a buddy and you get a buddy. So I'm like. Considering, like, I was like, oh, I'm 19, I'm 18, I don't know, I have nothing else going on. I was in my year before I went to college, like, my year off, to smoke weed, of course. And fucking my friend from high school, my friend acquaintance approaches me, and we sit down, and they're like, yeah, so you interested in this business? And I was like, motherfuckers, I just got the sense. I was like, they want the people that I know. They don't even want me. They want me and who I'm connected.
They don't want to broadcast.
So then, even this year, I've had 2 or 3 approach me. I got these health and beauty wellness products. Oh, Britt, I heard you want to lose weight. I have this. And it's the girls with the health and beauty wellness products lately.
Anyways, cheers. So, here's a question I have. It's just kind of a fun one, okay? If you could come back to life as any animal and retain all of your human faculties, by that, I mean your whole consciousness. Like, let's say you got hit by a bus tomorrow, and then God says, Brittany, it wasn't your time. I'm sending you back to the earth, and you can inhabit any animal body you want. You could be a lion, you could be a dolphin, you could be an eagle. What would you be, and why?
Honey badger.
CHATS! Oh, sorry. CHATS! No, seriously, so you'd be up. No, but think about it. You say honey badger because it's funny.
Because that's your thing, yeah.
But think about it.
I need to do more research on animals. I want to live forever, kind of thing. So, like, I was thinking tortoise because but it'd be tough to get to that water. Like, you're a baby.
Oh, you wouldn't live forever if you were a child, though. Because I mean, like 9 times out of 10, you will die. No,
child tortoise.
Yeah, they gotta crawl.
And for that reason, I started veering away. Elephants kind of live long, don't they? Or giraffes?
They do, and they're smart. But here's the thing: you retain your faculties. So even if you're an ant, you retain Brittany. Like, you have your full brain and you're in that body. That's part of the deal.
Lions are so glorified, but I feel like they have a tough go. I watch all these nomads, go and break into other places and fucking kill the babies and then fuck the woman. I don't want to be the woman that gets fucked.
Lion's a stupid answer, by the way.
I am not choosing animals. That's why I'm not. They're beautiful and majestic and shit, but
they look cool, but lion is not a good answer. You know what?
You just tell me what my answer should be, because you already know. Just let's just
Brittany,
call a spade here.
You already know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can I be real? I gotta prepare an answer for this shit because I thought this through. Okay, you know when you're in public transit?
You, Chris? No, seriously.
Okay. You know when you're on public transit and you start thinking weird thoughts? This is what I thought of all the time. It's like, what would I be if I could come back as any animal?
TV timeout. I don't miss public transit. It's dead to me, and I'm so glad I don't have to take it. Back to you.
Of course. Thank you, Brittany. We should have a news channel. That'd be so fun. But you hear? Okay, I figured it out, okay? And I'm glad that you've given me this platform to explain my position, because this means so much to me. A lot more than other issues. I would come back as a crow.
Wow.
And no, okay. Why do you think it's a bad idea?
Because I never said that.
I will tell you why. I will tell you why this is a great idea.
I believe it's a great idea.
This is a great idea.
Facial recognition was the first thing that popped in my head.
I already have my faculties. The bottom line is you already have your faculties, right?
Everything.
Okay, here's the thing. You get hit by a bus and God says you can come back as anything. I would be a crow. Reason number 1, flight. That. I don't give a fuck if you're a lion or whatever. Flying. You don't need drugs when you can fly. Do you have any idea how much fun you'd be like? You know what? It's like, I feel like going to the West Coast. Volt, you could just fly there.
Wow.
You could dive between shit. You could have so much fun just flying, okay? I don't care the lifespan. That'd be amazing. Number 2, anonymity. Because imagine your parents are mourning you and they're like, oh my God, Brittany's gone. If you're a crow, you could show up at your own funeral and no one will bat an eye. What happens when Brittany the lion shows up? They're going to shoot your ass. You'll be Harambe Chapter 2.
the crow kind of fits with the scene of someone's dead.
Like, when's the last time you noticed a crow? When's the last time you're like, hey, what's that crow doing? No, they're everywhere.
Agreed.
Right?
Yes.
So literally, you know what you can do? You could visit any place you've been before. You could even show up at your friend's house. You could just hang out. Like literally, if your friend came back as a crow right now, they could be perched outside that window.
That would freak the fuck out of me. That's my nightmare.
But I wouldn't notice. I wouldn't notice because it's just
my nightmare is that someone would be perched out there. But that I wouldn't notice because that's dark over there. No, 100%.
Yeah. And number three too.
Yeah.
I have knowledge of working in the restaurant industry. I know how to get to good food. So people are like, "Oh, you're gonna be a crow. What are you gonna do? Eat rats?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna eat pizza." Because I know where Joey's is. I know when Bill takes a smoke break. I know how to get between there. You're not gonna kill a crow in the kitchen. They're gonna shoo you out. But you're gonna get some like sushi tacos. You're gonna get some food. Damn it! You're gonna.
Whoa! Sushi tacos.
Oh yeah, I used to make those things.
You know I'm into sushi, right? And tacos.
Yeah, you're like the fucking taco master.
Browns, okay?
Oh, fuck
you.
You.
That spicy fucking...
Fuck you. I went to Taco Fest. I went to Taco... Wait, I was going to ask you, have you been to Taco Fest?
No.
Taco Fest happened out in Langley earlier this year, and I went there, and Browns...
In Langley? That's literally right there!
I know. Well, I thought you were going to be there. I went there with my other lesbian friend, and you know that you're known as the queen lesbian, right? Like, I've heard that a few times.
That's such a nice egotistical thing for me to bathe in. Not for me, not you, true. Me, like a nice, ego bath for me. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. But I've been out of the game for a while. I'm like an old Godfather lesbian. The point is this.
I'll give her the pussy. She can't refuse. That was so lame. That was so lame.
No, that was perfect.
That was so lame.
So tell me everything about Taco Fest because I am obsessed. Tell me everything.
Okay, for one, may I begin with, of all my friends who are purveyor of tacos, you are by far the most profound and prolific of taco eaters and one whose opinion I respect more than others.
I'm blessed right now. Yes, continue.
Well, okay, Taco Fest happened out in Langley, and what they did was...
In Langley? It was right here.
Yes, you've been over this.
No, I can't believe I didn't go.
I know, I thought you would be there. I didn't want to be lame. I didn't want to send the invite, and you'd be like, yeah, I'm at Taco Fest, you douche. Of course I am.
Don't ever...
Brick to the G.
Don't ever fucking assume again.
Hey.
Shut the fuck
up. Okay.
No, but seriously, don't ever assume and fucking text me instead of just sending on Facebook.
Next Taco Fest, I'm going to send you an invite. But what happens is you go into this place, and literally you walk in, and just like tons of white trash is pouring in.
Oh, yeah.
And they have all these stalls just lined up, and they give you like a couple of things where it's like a chalkboard, where it's like, see, we have chicken. See, we have vegetables. See, we have this. And you have a bunch of tokens. So you walk up and you spend like $20 and they give you little tokens. And every taco is one token. So they'll give you like 7 tokens for like $20. And you walk around and it's like $2, 2 tokens is 1 beer, 1 token is a taco. And the tacos are small tacos. Like like this.
No, I'm literally on this. No, I'm literally having an orgasm.
Oh,
like, you think I'm like being sarcastic. Really, Chris? No, I'm literally
Okay.
I can't believe I missed this, Chris. I'm not being like
okay, well look,
I'm literally so mad and also overwhelmed with emotion.
Okay, calm your tits. It gets a little bit better because after like the first 4 tacos it loses its steam, okay? But they did a couple of funny things though. One thing that they did was they had like luchadors.
What the fuck is a luchador?
You ever seen those Mexican wrestlers that have the funny masks where their nose is showing, but they got like...
No. Wait.
Okay, I'll just throw that... Okay, we'll move on.
Toro! No,
that's a bullfighter. No, these are Mexican wrestlers. So they had like Mexican wrestling going on, which is pretty badass. And then they also had a dog taco tournament. So a bunch of people would be like, all right, Langley, who wants to see the taco dogs? And I'm like, me! And they would have these guys come out and these girls come out and they'd be like, let's hear it for Tito! And they'd pull up like a little chihuahua who has like a little like shell on him and people would start cheering and they'd be like, woo! And people would vote on who's like the best taco dog.
Wow.
Ask my wife, she fucking loved it.
Okay.
She loved it.
Alright. And so what was your biggest takeaway from this?
Brown sucks.
Wait, whoa.
Look,
Brown spicy tuna sushi taco, like, you know, they're
Okay, they didn't have the spicy tuna. They had like a crispy one. But here's the thing. Look,
Was Brown's there?
Brown's is not a Mexican restaurant. There are people like Lupe's Street Tacos where there's like an old lady named Lupe, which is weird. But
That's not weird at all. That's totally...
Lupe's a male name.
Whoa.
I think, yeah.
Lupe.
I just blew your fucking mind.
Lupa? Lupe. Meh.
Lupa would be female. Lupe is a bit more masculine.
You could have fucked up you were drunk. The point is this. You had how many Coronas? No, don't ask that. More importantly, Brown's was at the fucking Taco Fest?
Yeah, I had one of their tacos. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best.
Did you get the spicy tuna crunchy whatever? With
they
the
weren't
miso?
selling it. They weren't selling it.
See, they didn't have their best
Maybe
shit.
they ran out. Maybe they ran out.
If my wife is watching this, she's probably not, but if she is, I love you, baby. When we were in Florence, we went on Reddit, or sorry, she went on Reddit because she was the foodie of the time. And she was saying, okay, what is the best restaurant we can go to? And restaurants in Europe are completely different than they are over here. Here, what's the most fancy restaurant in Vancouver? Like what? Like Le Crocodile or some shit like that? You got a fancy neon sign, it costs like $1,000 and you walk in and it's like everyone knows about it and there's a line. That's not how it works in a lot of areas of Europe. When you go to Europe, there's tourist traps. There's places where people will see it and they'll go to it, but the most fanciest restaurants, the best restaurants, the ones with the most esteem are holes in the walls that are located in the middle of alleys. I shit you not, you'll walk down the alley, it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're only open from 12 to 1, and then from 6 to 10. And they have 5 tables, and there's no sign. So you'll walk past it.
Window people. Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, but the Italians, they know what's up. And literally, that's what they'll do. Literally, Europe has a whole alley culture. The best places are in fucking alleys. Because here, you look at an alley, and it's just garbage and dumpsters everywhere. In Italy and in, like, the lower areas of France, like the Mediterranean, their alleys are beautiful, and they have, like, restaurants and alleys. Cobblestone, beautiful places, small tables, candles, wine, all that shit. So I remember I went to this place because we were going to go see the Michelangelo and we thought, okay, the line's too long. Let's see if we can get a reservation at this restaurant we've heard about. And apparently Rob Lowe, yes, the Rob Lowe, said that this place had the best chicken in Italy. And I trust Rob Lowe. I don't even know the guy, but I trust him. Okay? So we get to this place, and I've been waiting there for 25 minutes for them to open up at noon to see if I can get a reservation for later that night. Some American asshole shows up, and he sees me been waiting there for 20 minutes and everything, and right when the door opens, he budges in front of me. I put my arm to his shoulder, and I just shove him out of the way. And
Not today.
Sorry, I almost dropped my wife's name. I'm trying to keep things anonymous. But she jumped, and she was like, right then, I knew you were a man. Because literally, I was just like, no! And like, as a Canadian, we're very polite, but I was just like, you know I was here. This is a fancy-ass restaurant. I am not letting this happen. I literally shoved him, like, the conversation almost happened, but like, I was fucking like, like, I was ready. Like, no, I want this shit.
Yes.
So, the guy was sympathetic towards us because he saw me waiting there for that long. And he was like looking at his list and he was like, yeah, it's looking pretty full, but I think we can sneak you in at 8:45 tonight. And this was at like noon, right? So we get in and we order this chicken. And oh my fucking God, Brittany. Do you like chicken? We've had wings.
Okay. Come on, man. Not to be stereotypical, but like, who doesn't like chicken?
Yeah, no, literally,
Especially
who doesn't like chicken? It's that's not even stereotypical. That's just a fact of life.
This is a fact of
this shit. Okay, this shit.
Only my vegan exes don't see this.
I'm gonna look at the audience now. I'm gonna get a little closer. Okay?
Yeah, let's get closer to this part.
This
we should be this close all along.
This was Italian butter chicken. Now I know what you're thinking. What are you thinking, Ashley?
What? I'm thinking, what? How? Who? How? Where?
I'll tell you. This is not Indian butter chicken done in an Italian style. This is literally chicken breasts cooked in butter. So what they do is they bring out a skillet with butter, and it's sizzling, and there's like these chicken breasts and herbs all over it, and they bring it out to you, and they're just like, butter chicken, and they like put it down, and it's like steam's going everywhere. And I took a bite of this shit, and it was like that scene in, have you seen Ratatouille?
I've heard of it, the rats.
Okay, I'll throw out the reference then. But literally, I took a bite of it, and just like, I stopped. My wife, sorry, I dropped her name. She looked at me, and she was just like,
Chris, and I literally a single tear, and I was trembling, and I was just like, oh my god, and I started just crying, like, you know what's like ugly crying too? Like, sometimes you shed a tear, and you're just like, I love you so much, Brittany, like, you're my best friend, and it was like, I love you so much, I love you so much.
Yeah.
Literally, I was just eating the chicken, and I'm just like, it's so good. And God, like, oh my heart, like,
It won you. It won you over full blown.
Yes, it was the best chicken I've ever had, and like literally, like I am almost crying just thinking about it. It's like my sister told me about that. She's been to Italy, where she's like, Chris, I've eaten stuff so good that like you're gonna cry and it's gonna hurt. It's like the pain of an old wound just opening up. But that's what I felt.